Darkness is your ally. You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we're back in Train Sim World 6 for another high-speed passenger service. In this video I'll be driving a TGV service from Avignon TGV to Marseille Saint-Charles, calling at Aix-en-Provence TGV Platform 3 along the way. This is one of France's most famous high-speed routes, allowing trains to travel at speeds of up to 320 km per hour. If you enjoy realistic train simulation videos, make sure you subscribe to the channel and leave a like if you enjoy today's journey. Let's get started. We're currently sitting at Avignon TGV, getting everything prepared for departure. The cab is set up, the train is ready to go, and passengers are making their way on board. Departure is scheduled for 11:41 this morning, so we'll be leaving shortly. Before we do, let's take a quick look around the cab. Everything appears to be in order, our safety systems are active, the controls are responding correctly, and we're ready to begin today's journey south towards Marseille. The doors are now closing and it's almost time to leave. I'll release the brakes, apply power smoothly, and we're now rolling away from Avignon TGV. One of the things I enjoy most about driving the TGV is just how quickly such a long train accelerates. Despite carrying hundreds of passengers, it gathers speed incredibly smoothly. We'll follow the speed limits as we leave the station before joining the dedicated high-speed line. As we continue to accelerate, we're entering the LGV Méditerranée, one of France's purpose-built high-speed railways. These lines were specifically designed for fast passenger trains, allowing services like the TGV to connect major cities quickly and efficiently. It's a fantastic route to drive in Train Sim World 6 because it really captures the feeling of travelling at high speed across southern France. Our speed is continuing to rise. We've now passed 150 km per hour. Before long, we'll be cruising at line speed. Even at over 300 km per hour, the ride remains remarkably smooth. Looking out of the cab, you can see the beautiful countryside of Provence stretching into the distance, with vineyards, open fields, rolling hills, and small villages passing by in seconds. The TGV has become one of the world's most recognisable high-speed trains. The name TGV stands for Train à Grande Vitesse, which translates to high-speed train. The first services began operating in the early 1980s and transformed rail travel throughout France. Since then, the network has expanded dramatically, connecting cities across the country and extending into neighbouring countries, including Belgium, Germany, Switzerland, Italy and Spain. During testing, specially modified TGV trains have even exceeded 570 km per hour, setting world records for conventional rail vehicles. This really is one of those routes that shows off everything Train SimWorld 6 has to offer, from the modern stations and the dedicated high-speed line to the scenery rushing past at over 300 kilometers per hour. It's the kind of service that's always enjoyable to drive. If you're getting as much enjoyment out of this journey as I am, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel, because there are plenty more videos just like this one. I upload regular Train SimWorld 6 gameplay, covering different trains, different countries and different routes, so there's always something new to watch. When this video finishes, click through to the main channel page and browse the rest of the uploads. If high-speed runs like this are your thing, you will find plenty more journeys waiting for you there. The next stop on today's service will be Aix-en-Provence, where we'll be arriving into platform 3. I'll let you know again as we get closer to the station and begin reducing speed for the approach. For now, sit back and enjoy the journey. now only a few minutes away from arriving at Aix-en-Provence TGV. We'll shortly begin braking for our scheduled stop in platform 3. After passengers have boarded and alighted, we'll continue the final leg of our journey towards Marseille Saint-Charles. When travelling at these speeds, stations approach much faster than you might expect, so smooth braking is essential. We're aiming for a comfortable stop in platform 3. The platforms are now coming into view and will bring the train gently to a standstill. Hopefully we will have a nice smooth stop at Aix-en-Provence. We'll remain here briefly while passengers leave the train and others board for the final section of today's journey. If you made it this far into the video, thank you for watching. I'd really appreciate your support, so don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. The station duties are now complete, the doors are closed and we're ready to continue. Brakes are released, power is applied and we're leaving Aix-en-Provence TGV on the final stretch towards Marseille Saint-Charles. As we continue, the route gradually changes from open countryside into a much more built-up urban environment. We'll begin reducing speed as we leave the high-speed line and enter the approaches to Marseille. As we continue towards Marseille, we're coming up to one of the more interesting parts of the route. In just a moment we'll pass through a neutral section where the train changes electrical power supply. This change takes place automatically, but it's still an important part of the journey. We're currently operating under the French high-speed network's 25,000 volt alternating current, or 25 kilovolts AC, which is supplied through the overhead wires on the LGV Méditerranée. As we enter the tunnel ahead, the train will transition onto the 1,500 volt direct current, or 1.5 kilovolts DC electrical system that's used on many of the classic railway lines in southern France, including the approaches into Marseille. The neutral section briefly removes electrical power while the train switches between the two systems. During this short moment, traction power is interrupted, but the train simply coasts through before reconnecting to the new power supply. Once the changeover is complete, power is restored and we can continue the journey as normal towards Marseille Saint-Charles. It's a fascinating feature of the French railway network, and one that allows these dual voltage TGV trains to operate seamlessly between dedicated high-speed lines and the conventional railway without passengers even noticing the transition. There are more signals, more junctions and more traffic to pay attention to as we make our way into one of France's busiest railway stations. Marseille Saint-Charles is a major transport hub, handling both high-speed and regional services throughout the day. The approach requires careful driving as speed limits continue to decrease and the railway becomes increasingly complex. We're now entering the final approach into Marseille Saint-Charles. Everything is looking good and we're on course for another successful arrival. The platforms are now in sight, so I'll continue braking gently to ensure a smooth stop for our passengers. And there we are, safely arrived at Marseille Saint-Charles. Another successful TGV service completed from Avignon TGV, calling at Aix-en-Provence TGV before reaching our final destination. I hope you've enjoyed coming along for the journey today. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more train sim World 6 content, and let me know in the comments which route or train you'd like to see next. Thanks very much for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next video.